We're rolling. We are going strong. All right. So let's talk about the inactives. We got a few minutes before 11. I promise I'll get to every question starting at 11. But for now, I just need to address my lineup because, god damn, I kind of wish I started Brandon Cooks last night. It wasn't a safe call. I mean, his volume had been low, but damn, he had a good game. 17 fantasy points in full PPR. And now I cannot start Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert is out, and that puts me in a bit of a jam. I have Calvin Ridley. I also have Ty Chandler. I also have Brian Robinson. And I don't know if I could ask you three questions on the poll. Um, I'm also tempted with Brian Robinson. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pin my comment about Brian Robinson. And in the chat, like, let me know in the comment section if you think I should go B Rob over Ty Chandler or Calvin Ridley. All right. We're going to pin that one. At the moment, Calvin Ridley is only 20% favored in this poll. We have 5 votes so far. So we'll see what happens. But I'm starting to lean towards Chandler. I'm starting to talk myself into Chandler. It's a good matchup against the Packers. They suck on defense lately. However, fucking Madison scares me. Madison scares me a little bit. Just a little bit. But we'll see. Okay, so that's my decision. My other lineup is set. My other lineup right here, it's kind of irrelevant. I'm definitely eliminated, but I don't want last place. I've lost both weeks of the consolation bracket. I do not want 12th place in this subscriber league, so we should win, hopefully. But yeah, definitely going with this roster overall. Anyways, um, those are my teams. Let me just remind you, I am in the championship, and this is my roster here. We got Stafford at quarterback. We got Bijan, Etienne, St. Brown, Devontae Smith, Chigokonkwo at tight end, Ridley at the moment, but I'm thinking I'm going Ty Chandler, Zeke, the Broncos defense, and Brandon Aubrey was our kicker last night. So we are hoping for the best. But lastly, I'm going to go over all the inactives, and that way we are completely up to date on the information for today's at least early games. We have Kyler Murray, still questionable, but is expected to play. Marquise Brown's on IR. Zay Flowers is going to play. However, Deontay Foreman, inactive. So that's a bit of an upgrade to Khalil Herbert. Darnell Mooney is out. Cole Kmet will play. Michael Pittman will play. Zach Moss will not. Trevor Lawrence will not. Zay Jones is not going to play. Zay Jones is inactive. So keep that in mind with Calvin Ridley. That does increase some value there. But Puka Nacua is going to play. That's good. Michael Mayer's out. Josh Jacobs is out. Raheem Mostert out. Jalen Waddle is out. Ramondre Stevenson on IR. Keishon Butte out. Hunter Henry also inactive. Cannot start Hunter Henry. Alvin Kamara will play. Wan'Dale Robinson will play. Juwan Jennings is out. And Jacoby Brissett is inactive. So that's a bit of a surprise. But with all of that news in our mind, let's get to these questions. Let us get to the questions. So we're going to start at the top. And who was the first to comment? Boy, it's not letting me hit it. Where is it? Come on. Okay, I got to unpin this message or something. It's blocking it from me. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, damn it. My chat. Are we good? We should be good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Start Jaden Reed, James Conner, Demarcus Robinson, or Ty Chandler at my flex in full PPR. I am going to go with Jaden Reed, my friend. I think Jaden Reed is going to see the most targets by far in this offense with no Christian Watson, no Dontavian Wicks. I'm going to go with Jaden Reed. Going to see a ton of volume. Give me Jaden Reed in that spot. Tempting to go James Conner, but I'm going to go Jaden Reed, Paul. Give me Jaden Reed. Sean Hales says, need a flex full PPR, Devontae Adams or Zamir White. In full PPR, I don't think you can go with Zamir White. Zamir White doesn't really catch passes, and I'm going to go with Devontae Adams. I don't worry too much about the Colts defense, and Adams, I know he was terrible last week. Should get back to 10 targets, should get back on pace, should be better than last week. So I'm going to go with Devontae Adams. I think he's the better play in full PPR. I usually favor wide receiver in that instance. So give me Devontae Adams. Kells22 is asking Tyrod Taylor or Jarrett Stidham Superflex. I'm going to go Tyrod Taylor. The Rams defense freaking sucks right now. Rams defense, especially in the secondary, is terrible. And no, you want quarterback. So yeah, I have Tyrod Taylor all the way up at number 17, whereas I have Stidham at 22. Stidham has some upside, but he doesn't have Cortland Sutton available, so that definitely limits him, I think. And the Chargers defense, well, I don't really trust them. They do have some options in the secondary, whereas the Rams really have none. So I'm going to go Tyrod Taylor. I think there's more rushing upside as well for Tyrod. Alvin Cho is asking, half PPR, Pacheco, Singletary, Zeke, or Jones? I have CD, so I have a bit of a lead. Is Pacheco coming off a concussion 6 days ago a concern? I don't worry about the concussion, to be honest. I think Pacheco will be perfectly fine, and I do have Pacheco ranked the highest. I have Pacheco here at number 15, whereas my next highest would be Zeke, who I have at number 22. I do worry about Singletary a little bit. He's not a player I've fully believed in, honestly, this year. I've been very slow to endorse Singletary, and the Texans matchup scares me just a little bit. Not like crazy, but it's not the best in my view. Aaron Jones should have a big volume, but I don't think he finds the end zone. I think if it was full PPR, I might be going Zeke, but if it's half PPR, I'm going to stick with the best player overall. Give me Pacheco, especially with that CeeDee Lamb lead. I think the floor is the safest with Pacheco, and he definitely has high touchdown odds. Give me Isaiah Pacheco. I find it very interesting that the poll is still staying around 80%. Right now it's 79% in favor of Ty Chandler. I would have expected maybe a little bit more love for Chris Godwin, but the matchup is terrible for Godwin. Bottom 3, I get it. And Ty Chandler has a top 4 matchup. So Ty Chandler seems to be a big favorite in the chat at the moment. So I think because we are looking at an 80-20 split, I'm going to change the question. And I'm going to end the poll. And I'm going to start a new one. Who to start? Full PPR. Ty Chandler versus Green Bay, or Brian Robinson versus San Francisco. Who do you guys want in my lineup in this spot? So let me know. Let me know what you guys think. But our next question also includes Ty Chandler. Godwin or Ty Chandler in the flex? I think it kind of depends on your scoring format. If it was full PPR, I think I would go with Godwin. Definitely seeing a lot of targets, a lot of volume as of late in Tampa with Godwin right now. However, Ty Chandler is really, really the favorite in this poll, even over Brian Robinson. I'm kind of shocked by that. Wow. Yeah, maybe I'm too low on Ty Chandler this week. I have Chandler at number 31, but the more I think about it, the more I talk myself into it. And it's really just the Madison concerns that are reluctant to fully endorse Chandler for me. So I think Ty Chandler would be the better option. The matchup's so good. I get it why you guys like Chandler a lot. The matchup's truly amazing. The Packers fucking suck right now. There's also a backup quarterback with the Vikings, and you'd have to think in the red zone, they probably take it out of his hands a little bit more than trust him every single time. So I think Chandler is the safer play. Godwin almost never scores touchdowns, so I think Chandler also has the higher upside. Give me Ty Chandler over Chris Godwin. I think I'm starting to go with Chandler. You guys are talking me into it. There's been so much favoritism in favor of Ty Chandler lately. I hope you guys aren't trolling me, but there's too many of you to do that. I'm gonna fuck it. Let me show you what I'm doing right now. This is my lineup, and I am moving Calvin Ridley for Ty Chandler. Ty Chandler's officially in my starting lineup, fellas. Boy, feels a little dicey, but the matchup's definitely good. Let's hope for the best. Okay, back to the questions. Kells, I'm going Ty Chandler over Chris Godwin as well. Steven is asking in full PPR, choose one, Nakua, Cup, Ayuk, or Pittman, Taylor, or Kamara. You can only choose one of these. You got to go with Pittman, my friend. Pittman is the safest lock. Cup is going to see plenty of targets, but last week he dropped several like touchdown catches, and while they do have extra time to rest, I don't know. I do sometimes worry about like Demarcus Robinson vulturing him. Nakua can also vulture him. I think there is no concerns at all with Pittman. Pittman's going to see 13 targets. I think Pittman catches 10 plus catches. I'm going to go with Pittman. I feel like he's guaranteed to give you 20 points with over 100 yards and like 11 catches. Give me Michael Pittman. Give me Michael Pittman for sure. Definitely Michael Pittman. But if you can only choose one, damn, you have a good team. Must be a shallow league, or you just dominated like an auction draft or something. But Howard Mighty is asking Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Demarcus Robinson, pick 2. I am benching Romeo Doubs here. I'm definitely starting Jaden Reed. Definitely prefer him over Doubs. Way more volume. And then Demarcus Robinson, I think, has the higher odds to find the end zone. Demarcus Robinson on fucking fire right now. And I think Romeo Doubs is like kind of a dicey call in general for those touchdowns and even like targets. Romeo Doubs is a little bit dicey in general. So I have Jaden Reed ranked by far the highest. I have him at 23, and then I have Demarcus Robinson at 30, and then I have Romeo Doubs at 35. So I'm benching Doubs. Give me Jaden Reed and Demarcus Robinson, Howard. Good luck to you. I almost feel like I should have changed the poll. I just kept it with Ridley or Chandler. I feel like you guys are even more overwhelmingly favoring Chandler in this poll. This is kind of shocking to me, but I get it. Okay. Anthony Perkins is asking, Happy New Year's, Adam. Do I start Kyler Murray or Gardner Minshew? Just wanted to mention I'm forced to finally play Drake London in my flex. So yeah, yikes. Not excited with London. Hoping he finds the end zone, man. But that is a risky bet. I'm gonna go with Kyler Murray. I think the Raiders matchup is nowhere near as good as the Philly matchup. The Eagles defense really sucks right now, and I know that Kyler is dealing with that illness. I assume it's like the flu or something, and he might be a little bit limited, but I don't think it matters. I think he's going to get like an IV. I think he's going to be perfectly fine. Illnesses usually aren't that big of a deal, unless it's like, COVID and it's 2020. But yeah, I think Kyler is going to be fine. Kyler is probably the play by far and away. Yeah, I'm definitely going Kyler. Rushing upside, elite matchup, the top 2 on the season. Give me Kyler. I'm going to go Kyler for sure. Minshew against the Colts, against the Raiders, I don't think is as good as Kyler against the Eagles. Way more upside with Kyler as well as a floor. Give me Kyler Murray over Gardner Minshew. But Jake Caps is asking, do I play Devontae Adams or Zamir White as a flex, considering the Raiders like to run a lot? I think it depends on your format. I think if it was standard, I'd definitely go Zamir. If it was full PPR, I would definitely go Devontae Adams. However, in half PPR, I think you have the higher floor with Zamir White and maybe higher touchdown odds with Devontae Adams. I think there's a slightly higher ceiling with Adams. But I think the safer play would be Zamir in half PPR. But again, if it was full PPR, I'd be going Devontae Adams for sure. But Zamir is probably going to give you like 80 yards and a touchdown, whereas I think Adams also gives you 80 yards and a touchdown. But if he flops for like less than 50, I wouldn't be totally shocked with O'Connell as his quarterback. So I think I'm going to go Zamir White just as the safety net. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't feel like incredible about it, but yeah, to your point, the Raiders do like to run a lot, and Josh Jacobs definitely not going to play. So I am facing off against Zamir White myself in full PPR in my championship round, and I'm hoping he plays poorly, but I think he's going to be really good. I'm going to go Zamir White. I trust him as a top 20 receiver this week. Give me Zamir White. Stacking Ogre is asking PPR need one each running back, wide receiver, flex. So you need three here in full PPR: Zamir White, Jeff Wilson, Ty Chandler, Ridley, Demarcus Robinson, and Kittle. Okay, so your question is kind of like my situation. I'm 100% going Zamir White. I think from a safety standpoint, give me Zamir White at running back. At flex, I'm going to go Ty Chandler. I think there's a lot of upside, and the chat seems to really, really favor him. Really liking Ty Chandler at the moment. The polls are heavily in favor of Ty Chandler. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised that this wasn't even close. I thought you guys would have favored Ridley or even Robinson a little bit more than 20%. But everyone likes Ty Chandler today. Kittle is very tempting, but if you're going with Chandler at the flex, you can't go with him at receiver. I'm going to go Ridley. I think there's a safer floor with Ridley because Zay Jones is inactive. However, Demarcus Robinson is very tempting for that touchdown. But in full PPI, you're definitely going to see more targets for Calvin Ridley. Ridley's seeing like 10 per game lately. And with Zay Jones not available, Ridley is definitely a little bit safer for volume. I do think Demarcus Robinson has higher touchdown upside. He has 4 straight, so he's really tempting. But I think Ridley is the safer floor in full PPR. I'm going to go with Zamir White, Calvin Ridley, and Ty Chandler in your lineup because you need one running back, one wide receiver, and one flex. So good luck to you, my friend. If you wanted to bench Ridley for DeMarcus, I wouldn't fault you. I think that would be a decent bet, but I think it is riskier. I think there is some bust potential because you never know when Robinson's going to fall flat. I feel like it's inevitable to come crashing down. But Ridley does have some 2-point bust potential as well. I could be wrong on Ridley. I feel like based on the poll results, I may be way too high on Ridley. You guys don't seem to trust Ridley in the chat. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Zamir White, Ty Chandler, and Calvin Ridley for your 3 lineup spots. Good luck to you, Stacking Ogre. The Hippo, can you pick 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex from this list? 1-point PPR. Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, Puka, Jerry Jeudy, Mims, and Sutton are out. Mims is out. He is? I just need to verify that. I did not see that. Is Marvin Mims really indeed out? That would be a shock to me. He wasn't like questionable or anything. He's questionable, but is not expected to play according to Adam Schefter. You are correct, my friend. Wow, that's kind of shocking. Okay, suffered a hamstring injury on Thursday. I did not notice that. Wow. Okay, my bad. All right, so Mims is out. You also have JSN, Demarcus Robinson, Bijan, Zamir, and Ty Chandler. Okay, you need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 flex. Okay. We are starting Bijan 100% at running back. Our second is going to be Zamir White. I think his floor is safer than Ty Chandler. I know you guys love Ty Chandler here, but I think Zamir is safer than Ty Chandler. Although it is 1-point PPR, Zamir does not really catch passes. I'd be tempted to go Ty Chandler, but I'll come back to that in just a sec. I'm definitely going Bijan. Your receivers, though, I'm going to bench Diggs. I'm also going to bench Jerry Jeudy. I'm also going to bench JSN. So I'm starting DJ Moore. I'm starting Puka Nacua at receiver. I think with Mooney out and Kmet kind of banged up, I think DJ Moore is pretty safe against Atlanta. And I think Puka you have to start no matter what. He is active, so definitely give me Puka Nacua and DJ Moore. At running back, give me Bijan, and I'm still going to go Zamir. I think I'm still going to go Zamir. Yeah, I trust him for at least 10 points. Whereas Chandler, I think does have some bust potential. You guys seem to love him, but at flex, I am going to go Ty Chandler over Demarcus Robinson and JSN. Yeah, so your two receivers are DJ Moore, Puka Nacua. Your two running backs are Bijan and Zamir, and your flex is Ty Chandler. Good luck, Hippo. Good luck, pal. But I don't trust Jerry Jeudy at all. And then JSN, Demarcus Robinson, really touchdown dependent. I think Chandler has a higher chance to find the end zone. Diggs, not excited with Diggs at the moment. No thank you with Diggs. But Jesse Martinez is saying, should I go Ridley or Jaden Reed? I think the safer play is Jaden Reed. By far and away, the safer option is Jaden Reed. However, Ridley has high upside, but also bust potential. I think he will see 10 targets as well, but I don't know if he catches more than 5. I'm going to go with Jaden Reed. I don't think he gives you as many yards as Ridley, but I think the touchdown is more likely for Jaden Reed. Give me Jaden Reed over Ridley from a safety net standpoint. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm so tempted to start Jerry Jeudy over Diggs or DJ Moore. I don't trust him, man. I mean, like, he's, according to Steve Smith, a jag, just a guy, and he's done, like, nothing this year. I think Brandon Johnson is honestly more tempting, more reliable than Jerry Jeudy. I'm not going Jerry Jeudy over Diggs or DJ Moore. Definitely give me DJ Moore in that spot. But Jake Caps, do I play Devontae Adams or Zamir White? Jake as a flex and a half PPR, considering that the Raiders like to run a lot. Oh, you already asked this question. Yeah, I think from a floor standpoint, give me Zamir White. From an upside standpoint, give me Devontae Adams. But I think the lowest bust potential is Zamir. I'm going to go Zamir White. Good luck, bro. But Jake Caps is asking, I have Ty Chandler as one of my main running backs on my team. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to believe in him. At least I think I was too low in the rankings. He has such high upside. The matchup is so good. The Packers are definitely a good spot. Let's hope for the best. As long as Madison doesn't fuck us over, we're good with Chandler. But Kuya G, 68, Ingram, Kincaid, or Kraft, half PPR. I am going with Evan Ingram. I am not going to Kincaid in any way, shape, or form. Kincaid has been shit lately. Kraft is a little bit tempting, but even with CJ Beathard, I'm going to go Evan Ingram. I'm going to trust Evan Ingram and his volume, who's been really good lately. I'm going to go with Evan Ingram over Kincaid, definitely, and then Kraft, I don't fully trust. The Vikings are a bad matchup. Give me Evan Ingram, 100%. Alex Ruff is asking Adams or Pacheco in flex, full PPR. In full PPR, it's tempting to go Adams, but I think I'm still going to go with Pacheco. Pacheco usually catches like 4 catches or so, 3, 4 every week. So I think he's fine, and then the floor is pretty safe. I think Pacheco has higher chances at the end zone. I'm going to go with Pacheco. I have Pacheco at running back 15. Granted, these are half PPR rankings. And then at wide receiver, I do have Adams at number 18. So just straight up, I do have Pacheco ranked higher, and I do think he's a safer flex play. In full PPR, it's tempting to go receiver. Excuse me. But I'm going to go with Pacheco. Give me Isaiah Pacheco over Devontae Adams. The Hippo is saying Ty Chandler only got 8 rushes last week and got sold out by the touchdown. Never mind, I'm going Zamir. That was against Detroit, though. This is against the Packers. It's a much different matchup. And while I do prefer Zamir over Ty Chandler, I still think Chandler has good upside because the matchup is so good. Jake Caps is saying, okay, thank you for your opinion. You're welcome, my friend. Howard Mighty says, why do we trust Justin Jefferson but not Addison? This new Vikings quarterback hasn't done anything. Because Jefferson is a beast, and he also averages 175 yards per game in his last 2 against Green Bay at home. He is fucking dominant against the Packers. There's also no Jair Alexander in this game. So especially with a rookie quarterback, he's going to favor the best weapon by far and away. His safety net is going to be Jefferson. And I know that TJ Hawkinson is out, but Addison is also dealing with an ankle injury himself. And I think you have to trust the best receiver, arguably in the league, if not top 2 behind Tyreek Hill. At worst, he'd be number 3 behind CeeDee Lamb. But Justin Jefferson is definitely a player we trust more than Addison. Adam C is asking which defense, Las Vegas or Baltimore. I'm gonna go Ravens. I don't know why everyone like loves the Raiders so much. I know they scored 2 touchdowns last week, and then they played really well against the Chargers the week before. But both of those games were in division. Against the Colts, I could definitely see it changing. And I think the Ravens, with no Waddle, with no Mostert, they locked down the Niners last week. I think the Ravens at home are the better play. I got the Ravens top 10. And then I have the Raiders at like number 14. Yeah, give me the Ravens, Baltimore at number 8. Meanwhile, I have Las Vegas, the Raiders at number 14. Give me Baltimore. Baltimore over Las Vegas. But Howard Mighty is asking James Conner, Joe Mixon, or Ty Chandler. I got to go Mixon, my friend. I think I have to. Mixon is really safe for touchdowns. Connor has a really good matchup. So does Chandler. But I think I trust Mixon the most. I'm going to go with Mixon. I think his volume is very safe. And the offense should be better with Jamar Chase back on the field. I would go with Mixon. That would be my favorite. Then I would go Connor. Then I would go Chandler. Because Chandler could possibly get vultured by Madison. I doubt it at this point. But I do think Mixon is the safest. Connor, in a really good matchup, is decent. Should see a lot of targets as well. In Flective 2K, Pickens or DeMarcus? I think I'm going to go Pickens. I think there's higher upside with Pickens. Not a ton of volume for either player, but I think you're going to get more deep shots for Pickens. And after last week, I think Pickens is a little bit more safe and intriguing. He looks like the number 1 target for Mason Rudolph. I have George Pickens at number 27, although it's very close. I only have DeMarcus Robinson 3 spots lower at number 30. But if you don't get a touchdown from DeMarcus, it's not going to look as good as Pickens. If neither of them score touchdown, I think Pickens will have the better stat line. However, DeMarcus could find the end zone. It's a toss-up, kind of, but I think I trust Pickens a little bit more. I'm going to go with George Pickens because I think Rudolph really likes him, and there are more weapons to worry about in LA with the Rams. I'm going to go George Pickens over DeMarcus Robinson. But Konstantinos Giftopoulos is asking Eckler or Zeke in full PPR. It's hard to not start Eckler knowing that he cares about fantasy. I mean, he might care, but I don't think that really matters. I'm going to go Zeke for sure. I do not trust Eckler at all right now, especially in Denver. The Chargers usually lose terribly against Denver. The Broncos definitely shut them down at home historically. And I do have Ezekiel Elliott ranked higher in half PPR. I have Zeke at number 22. Meanwhile, I have Eckler at 26. And in full PPR, I'd be bumping Ezekiel Elliott up probably to like number 16, right behind Pacheco, somewhere around here. So I would definitely go Zeke. I think the volume is really safe, especially in the reception department. There's no Hunter Henry, so I think the touchdown is even more likely to hit. For Zeke, there's no one they like more in the red zone than Ezekiel Elliott. So give me Zeke for sure. I do not trust Eckler right now. He's only seeing like 15 touches, whereas with Zeke, you're going to get like 20, 25. Give me Ezekiel Elliott, 100%, especially in full PPR. SS is asking Bears or Ravens, PPR, Pacheco, or Flowers. I think I have the Bears and the Ravens like back to back, actually. That's a really close one. Actually, no, I have the Bears a couple spots higher. I have the Bears at 5. I have the Ravens at 8. Although the Dolphins' offense is very banged up right now, I think I'm going to go with the Bears. The Bears are playing really well on defense typically lately, and I do think they can shut down Taylor Heineke, whereas Tua and Tyreek Hill can always go off. Mike McDaniel's definitely a better coach than Arthur Smith. So I'm going to go with the Bears. I think they're a little more tempting. They're both playing at home, but there is some weather involved in the Bears game. There's a slight chance of rain, and while Bijan is good, there's not many other players that worry you with the Falcons. So I think the Bears are my pick. I ranked them the highest. I'm going to stick with my rankings. I'm going to go the Chicago Bears over the Baltimore Ravens. But you're also asking PPR, Pacheco, or Flowers. Very tempting to go with Flowers because he's definitely the number 1 target in that offense, and he will play this week. But I think his injury throughout the week is definitely concerning, and I have him at number 20 at receiver. Meanwhile, I have Pacheco at number 15. I have Pacheco as a safer option for sure. I'm going to go Isaiah Pacheco. I really trust Pacheco in general. I think he's a really good player. I'm going to go with Pacheco over Flowers because he's healthier. I know he missed last week with a concussion, but give me Isaiah Pacheco over Zay Flowers. Ken is asking Bijan or Higgins in flex full PPR. I'm going to go with Bijan. The fact that Jamar Chase is expected to be back, it's not a full guarantee just yet. They play in the afternoon, but I do expect Jamar Chase to be active. That's why I'm not going to go with T. Higgins. I think Bijan gets like another 8 targets from Heineke and catches like 6-7 receptions. I think from a PPR value, I think they both catch 6 receptions this week. So I'm going to go with Bijan, more volume and equally high PPR value. I'm going to go with Bijan over T. Higgins. Good luck, Ken. Robert Chavez is asking Zeke, Eckler, or Zamir. I am going with Zamir unless it's full PPR. If it was full PPR, then I'm going Zeke. However, I think Zamir has the safest floor. If it's half PPR, give me Zamir. Because Zeke is way more PPR dependent, and he's like really dependent on those receptions. Zamir doesn't really catch many targets, so I would flip the two in my ranks if it was full PPR. But in half PPR, I'm definitely benching Eckler. And while Zeke is tempting, the volume is really high. Zamir doesn't have any threat in terms of touches either. I would go Zamir White. In half PPR, Ezekiel Elliott. In full PPR. But Big M is asking start 2 full PPR, Eckler, A-Chain, and Cook, playing from behind, need high upside. You need 2 here, and you need the highest upside. I'm definitely going with Cook. 100% I'm going with James Cook. I have James Cook number 5. Yeah, I 100% trust James Cook. He went off for over 100 yards back in week 7 against the Patriots as well. So definitely going with James Cook. I do not trust Eckler, though. I would be going with A-Chain. I did not update these rankings when I took this screenshot, knowing that Raheem Mostert was not going to play. So although I have A-Chain at 32, it's actually more emblematic to bump him up here at number 23, 24. I think in full PPR, he's going to see more targets, more receptions. I'm going with A-Chain. Definitely higher upside with A-Chain over Eckler. Give me A-Chain and James Cook 100% over Eckler. You're benching Eckler. In my opinion, I do not trust Eckler, and I am a Chargers fan. I think he is starting to look washed. But Inflictive 2K, Chiefs or Rams defense? I am going with the Chiefs. I definitely trust the Chiefs' talent way more. The Rams have just Aaron Donald and nobody else, really. Their secondary is also atrocious lately. I have the Chiefs at 9. I don't even have the Rams top 20. I have the Rams at 23. I don't trust the Rams at all. Give me the Chiefs 100%. This game is going to be low scoring, and I don't think either team goes over 23 points, whereas the Rams can definitely give up like close to 30, if not over 30. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs defense. I think they're this much more stout, much better defense, and they'll give up way fewer yards to the Bengals than the Rams will to the Giants. Give me the Chiefs defense 100%. But Patty is asking, pick one PPR. I need a safe play because I'm projected to win. Zeke, Aaron Jones, or James Conner. Because it's full PPR, I'm going to go with James Conner. I actually ranked James Conner the highest of the 3, but you also need the safer play, and I think the Eagles should not scare you. The Eagles have been bad lately on defense, not just in the passing game, but also on the ground. They are a top 7 matchup in the last 5 weeks. The Eagles are not scary. I have James Conner 1 spot above Zamir White. Meanwhile, I have Aaron Jones at number 25. Jones is tempting, but I don't think he finds the end zone. I think he gets vultured. And with Jaden Reed back healthy, I think his volume comes down a little bit as well. So I don't like the matchup anywhere near as much for Aaron Jones as I like it for James Conner and Zamir White. And I think because there's no Marquise Brown, they lean on Conner more in the passing game, whereas Zamir White does not catch as many passes in general. So I'm going to go with James Conner Patty. I think he's the safest play. I think he finds the end zone. And while I think Zamir is also very safe, you're probably not going to be upset with it. I don't think he goes over 100 yards like he did last week on the Chiefs. I think Connor is the more likely to go over 100, and I think he will catch more receptions as well. I could see like 5 catches for James Conner. I would be shocked to see even like 2 or 3 for Zamir White. So give me James Conner. I'm going with James Conner over. Um, oh, you also have Zeke. I just noticed you also have Zeke. Oh, you were asking Zeke, not Zamir. Okay, I've just been seeing Zamir so much that it just got stuck in my head. So okay, that changes things, my friend. In full PPR, while I do have Zeke ranked lower, I would definitely bump him up above James Conner. I think Zeke is going to catch like another 7 catches. I think Zeke is safer than Connor in full PPR. Definitely a good floor play. And if you're like removing the touchdown from the equation, the receptions are going to carry him by far and away. He also had a good game against Buffalo earlier in the season back in week 7. I'm going to go with Ezekiel Elliott over James Conner. While I do think Connor is a safe option in full PPR, I think that Zeke is safer. I think he'll catch at least like 3 more receptions than Connor will, and I'm going to go with Zeke over James Conner. That's who I'm going with. Give me Ezekiel Elliott over James Conner. I apologize for mentioning Zamir. I just got a little confused. So Ezekiel Elliott, definitely give me Ezekiel Elliott. Instant leadership method. What quarterbacks outside the top 16 would you start in front of Love? I mean, I wouldn't, to be honest with you. I have Love at where do I have him? I have Love at number 13. I have Love as a good option at number 13. I mean, Flacco was really good, but I don't think you like feel super confident in Tyrod Taylor. The matchup's just good, and there's some rushing upside. But Jordan Love has a little bit of rushing upside as well. Jaron Hall also has some rushing upside, but he's a rookie in like basically his first full start of his career. I don't know if I fully trust him, even though the matchup's great. Derek Carr is just a floor play, but I think Love has higher upside. And then Minshew maybe gets going with Pittman back, but I don't fully trust him. And then Tua doesn't have some weapons. I don't trust Tua. He almost never throws for more than 1 touchdown lately. So I'm going with Jordan Love, bro. I'm going with Jordan Love. That would be my pick. I would trust Jordan Love the most of anyone. He's also averaging like 19 points per game lately. I think Jordan Love is the best option by far. But my name Jim is asking Aaron Jones, A-Chain, or Bijan need to start 2. I'm going with Bijan 100%. I think you have to start Bijan no matter what. I think I also have him like top 5 this week. I have Bijan pretty high. I have Bijan at number 6. Yeah, Bijan's a start for me. Going to get plenty of checkdowns from Heineke. And then I'm going with A-Chain over Aaron Jones. It's pretty close, but I think there's higher upside with A-Chain, and I think more likelihood to find the end zone with Devon A-Chain. I'm going to go Devon A-Chain over Aaron Jones. So you're starting 2. Give me Bijan and A-Chain. I would be benching Aaron Jones. Howard Mighty is asking, with Russell Wilson out, can we still trust the Broncos defense? Hell yeah. The Broncos defense is completely independent of Russell Wilson. And while your question continues, the Broncos may not be able to move the ball offensively. Should I pick the Bears defense over the Broncos defense? I actually have them back-to-back at 4 and 5. I think the Bears are legit, but I still trust the Broncos defense. I don't worry about Jarrett Stidham not being able to move the ball like Russ. I mean, Russ was only averaging 200 passing yards per game. Meanwhile, like their run game is really the key to that offense. And I know they don't have Marvin Mims or Cortland Sutton this week, but I don't worry about it. The Chargers don't scare me that much. I think the Broncos defense in division at home definitely going to step up after last week's embarrassing loss to the Patriots. Give me the Broncos over the Bears. I think they're the safer option. I would fear the Falcons offense more than I would fear the Chargers offense by a big margin. I think there's a tier break after the Broncos, and while I have them back to back, I view the Broncos in a different elevated tier, different category than I see the Bears. Definitely give me the Broncos. The Denver Broncos would be my selection at defense, but they're also my defense, so maybe I'm a little biased, hoping for the best, but that's how I see it That's my opinion. But I'm noticing now that we have 27 viewers, 16 likes. If I've answered your question, please hit that like button for me and elevate this video in the algorithm. And if you're also new to the channel, I've answered your question, please subscribe as well. I would really appreciate the subscription. And we only have 1 week left. And I would really love to hit 3K by the end of the year. I don't think that's going to happen. I doubt we're going to get like 150 subscribers in week 18. But if I can at least hit 2,900, I'd be very happy. So please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel and do your boy a favor. Let's bump up this this video in the algorithm. And when I hit 3K, I will probably do like people asked if I would do like a Q&A. Sure, I'll do a live stream Q&A at 3K. But yeah, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. But let's get back to the questions. And our next question is from, where are we? ¿Adonde está la biblioteca? Impossible. Murray or Stafford? I'm going with Stafford. I trust Stafford more. Give me Matthew Stafford. And then 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Bijan, Chandler, Pacheco, Herbert, B-Rob, Nico. Okay, there's a lot of questions. Higgins, Lockett, OBJ, Demarcus Robinson, Douglas. Defense, Bears, Jags, Raiders, Rams. Okay, at defense, I'm going to go with the Bears. I trust the Bears the most here. At quarterback, definitely give me Stafford. And then your 2 running backs, I'm going with Bijan and Pacheco. I trust them the most. You need 1 wide receiver. I'm going to go with Nico Collins. I trust Nico now that CJ Stroud is back. And then at your flex, I am going to go. It's between Ty Chandler and T. Higgins for me. I think Higgins is very interesting, but because Jamar Chase is back, it's a little bit more risky. And everyone seems to love Ty Chandler. The matchup's great for Chandler. It's kind of bad for Higgins. I think I'm going to go Ty Chandler for some upside. Give me Ty Chandler. You guys have talked me into Chandler with your overwhelming support in both polls. Like, it's not even close between Chandler and Brian Robinson. And then it was a little bit closer between him and Calvin Ridley. Let me go back. I'm just gonna verify this one last time. I'm gonna ask one more final poll, and it was the poll that we started with. So if you've been watching this entire time, it's gonna be a repetitive question. But Ty Chandler or Calvin Ridley? Ty Chandler versus Green Bay or Calvin Ridley versus Carolina? Who to start? Full PPR. Okay. I just want confirmation because your boy is a little bit concerned. Need this win. Need the win. It feels a little more even this time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, just to solidify your question, impossible. I'm going with Bijan. I'm going with Pacheco. I'm going with Chandler. I'm going with Nico. And I'm going with Stafford and the Bears defense. Good luck to you, my friend. Ken, SS says, thank you for your advice. You're welcome, SS. But Ken is asking, Jair Alexander out for Green Bay? Yes, he is indeed out. He is. So Justin Jefferson should go off. But Chris Ludy is asking, Happy New Year, Superflex quarterback 2, Tyrod, Howell, or Heineke. I can't tell if you're asking for 2 quarterbacks or your specific quarterback 2. So I'm going to give you my order of preference. I'm going Tyrod number 1, then I'm going Sam Howell, and then I'm going Heineke. I think if you need 2, I'm going with Tyrod and Howell. However, if you need just 1, I'm going with Tyrod. The matchup is better for Tyrod. The Rams defense sucks at the moment. So in my quarterback rankings, I do have Tyrod ranked the highest at 17. And while Howell is not ranked because I have Brissett still here, I would only put Howell at like number 22, right? Maybe 21, right above or right below Tua Tagovailoa. I would have him outside the top 20, whereas I would have Tyrod at 17. Give me Tyrod, then Howell, then Heineke. I'm definitely benching Heineke. And if you need two, give me Tyrod and Sam Howell. But Sam Williams is asking, am I nuts if I played Jaden Reed over Stephon Diggs? No, not at all. That's what my rankings indicate. I do have Jaden Reed at 23. Meanwhile, I have Diggs at 26. I would be going Jaden Reed over Diggs. Diggs is not playing well lately. Give me Jaden Reed over Stephon Diggs, 100%. Luke Edgerton. Currently have Jags defense, concerned about no Lawrence for them. Would you pivot to an available defense in the Raiders or a Chiefs? Need a big score as I'm an underdog versus the CD team. I would go Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are safer. And while the Panthers are historically bad, they have been stepping up lately. They put up 30 points last week on the Packers. And the Jags defense kind of sucks lately. I think they're really desperate. They might step up. Could be low scoring game. But I think the Chiefs also step up. And I think the Chiefs will play well, who need a win just as desperately, just as badly as the Jaguars do. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs over the Jaguars and the Raiders. I would go Kansas City. I think they're the safest floor, and maybe the touchdown comes back to the Raiders, but I think it would. I'm going to go with Kansas City. Give me Kansas City in this instance. Star and Wright is asking half PPR McBride, McLaurin, Higgins, D-Hop, pick two. I am going with Trey McBride. I don't think I can bench McBride. His volume is just so secure. The matchup against the Eagles does not scare you. I think McBride is very safe, very secure. And then the second one, I'm definitely benching McLaurin. I don't trust McLaurin right now against the Niners. No, thank you. And it's between Higgins and D-Hop, but Hopkins had a terrible game on the Texans a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go with T. Higgins at the second one. I'm going to go McBride and T. Higgins. I have T. Higgins at 21. Meanwhile, I have Hopkins at 24. I'm going to go with T. Higgins. I'm going to trust my rankings. Going to go with T. Higgins. And the Chiefs are not as vulnerable to number two receivers. I think Higgins finds the end zone more likely than Hopkins does. But bank shots is asking Moody, Fairbairn, Havrasik. I am going to go with Moody. I'm going with Jake Moody. I'm going with the Niners kicker. I think he's the safest, most talented one. Give me Jake Moody over Fairbairn and over Havrasik. Give me Jake Moody. But we have 15 minutes left. We got to go rapid fire, not as much explanation, a little bit more gut calls in terms of responses. But hello, half PPR. Should I go with kicker Sanders, Gay, or Fairbairn? Also Tyrod or Browning at quarterback? Thank you. Happy New Year's. I'm going to go. Marcus Smith is the person asking this question. I'm going to go with Jake Browning, I believe. I'm pretty sure I have Browning 2 spots higher. Yes, I have Browning at 15. Give me Jake Browning at quarterback. And then your kicker, I'm going to go Jason Sanders. Give me the Miami kicker. I think they might be a little more diminished in the red zone without both Mostert and Waddle. Give me Jason Sanders and Jake Browning. But Chris Price is asking full PPR, Zamir Pacheco or Zeke. In full PPR, I'm going to go with Ezekiel Elliott. I think Zeke has the most interesting volume in full PPR. Very tempted to go Pacheco, but I think Zeke is the play. I think Zeke's volume is safer. I'm going to see like 25 touches and probably 7 receptions. With no Hunter Henry, I think the receptions are so safe for Ezekiel Elliott right now. Give me Ezekiel Elliott in that instance, although Pacheco may have a safer floor. Higher floor with Pacheco, higher ceiling with Zeke. Gonna bench Zamir for both of them. Manpreet Atwal is asking full PPR, start 2 Pacheco, Ridley, Flowers, Godwin. Okay, we are definitely starting Pacheco in this instance. I think he's definitely the safest option here. In full PPR, Godwin is seeing a lot of volume, so he does move up. I think I would trust him over Ridley, but I think Flowers is still the best option. I think Flowers is the safest to find the end zone. I'm going to go Pacheco and Flowers in full PPR. That's who I'm going with. Pacheco and Flowers. Joe Phelan is asking non-PPR, pick 2 receivers, 2 flex, Pittman, Olave, Puka, Kamara, Zamir White for the chip. 2 receivers, 2 flexes. Okay, Pittman 100%, Olave 100%, and then I'm going to go with Puka and Zamir White. I think in non-PPR, Kamara loses a lot of value. I'm going to go with Zamir White over Kamara. So you need 4 of these. I'm benching Kamara. Give me Pittman, Olave, Puka, and Zamir White. Good luck, Joe. Owen Georgian is asking pick 3, Chandler, Singletary, Zamir, or Reed. I am benching Singletary in this instance. I've started to gain faith with Chandler. He has a really good matchup, and everyone seems to love him. He appears to be the clear number 1 running back. In Minnesota, we're going to go with Ty Chandler, and 100% we're going with Jaden Reed and Zamir White. 100%. Benching Singletary. Of the 4, bench Devin Singletary. Karush M101, Zay Flowers or Drake London. Definitely going Zay Flowers. London does not give me any confidence, especially in terms of red zone usage. I do not trust Drake London. Give me Zay Flowers by far and away. My name Jim is asking Shaheed, Lockett, JSN, or Daubs. Got to start one. Thanks for all your help this season. Look forward to the next. I'm looking forward to next season too, but got to finish this one, and I'm going to go with JSN. I have Shaheed outside the top 40. A little bit of a boom bust option, could definitely burn you. While he could give you 20 points, I doubt it. I think JSN is the safest option here. And while Lockett is interesting, I think JSN is more guaranteed to find the end zone of the 3. Daubs with Jaden Reed back does not give me as much confidence. I'm starting JSN over Lockett, over Daubs, and over Shaheed. Give me JSN. My name Jim. Saral, Chase, or Devontae. I'm going to go Devontae Smith. The Chiefs limit number 1 receivers very well. I'm going to go with Devontae Smith over Jamar Chase, although it's extremely close. I believe I have them exactly back-to-back. I do. At 15-16, I have Devontae 1 spot over Jamar Chase. If it was full PPR, I think I'd go Jamar Chase, but in half PPR, give me Devontae Smith. I think there's higher touchdown odds for Devontae, albeit less volume. Steven Grise says, need to make up points in second week of championship. PPR, need 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Cooper Kupp, Zamir White, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Ty Chandler, Aaron Jones. Need 2 receivers and 1 flex. We're definitely going Cooper Kupp. Can't bench Cooper Kupp. We are also going with DK Metcalf. I'm going with Metcalf over Adams. It's 1 spot, but I'm going with Metcalf over Adams. The volume isn't as high, but I think the touchdown is more safe for Metcalf. I'm going to go with Metcalf over Adams. Neither have like an elite matchup. Give me DK. And then your flex, I'm going to go with Zamir White. I think there's more volume, safer net for Zamir. There's high upside though with Chandler. If you're like heavily trailing, then I would go Ty Chandler because he might catch more passes. But if it's like only within like 15 points, maybe like 10 points, then I think I'd go Zamir. I think I trust Zamir more. But if you're like expecting to lose regardless, then take the shot on Chandler because the matchup is just so fucking good against the Packers. It is top 4. I think Chandler has the highest upside. Zamir has the safest floor. Aaron Jones is tempting, but I don't think he finds the end zone like the other 2 do. LeBron James. We got LeBron James in the chat. Holy shit. Full PPR. Mixon or James Cook? Leaning Mixon because I can trust his floor. Yes. Wait, no. I'm going James Cook. I have James Cook at, where do I have him? Number 5. Meanwhile, I have Mixon at 7. I think the floor is safer with Cook. I know last week was bad, but he still had like 70 yards. He did fumble, but the touchdown didn't hit. The touchdown I think will hit for both of them, but I think James Cook will see decent volume. I would go James Cook, my friend. I think Mixon has a slightly lower floor, just barely, but it's really close. I don't think you can really go wrong with either, but I would go with James Cook. Give me James Cook. Joe Phelan is asking non-PPR, pick 2 receivers, 1 flex, Ayuk, Nico Collins, Olave, Zamir White, Chuba, Connor. 2 receivers, 1 flex. I'm definitely going Nico Collins. I think Nico Collins will find the end zone. I am also going with Chris Olave. Chris Olave is going to go over 100 yards. I love the matchup for Ayuk, but because it's non-PPR, I think I might prefer Zamir White. Ayuk doesn't see a ton of volume, and if he doesn't find the end zone, there are chances that he only gives you like 50 yards. So I think you get more yards guaranteed with Zamir White, at least 80, whereas while the matchup is really good for Ayuk, it's really tempting. I'm definitely benching Chuba and Connor, but I think I'm going to go with Actually, no. I think I'd go Connor over Zamir. It's standard though. Shit. Damn. It's really a toss up between Ayuk and Zamir for me. But I think I'm gonna go with Zamir White. In standard, I favor the running back. Give me Zamir White as the safer option for more yards. Give me Zamir White, Nico Collins, and Chris Olave. Good luck, Joe. But Black Beer Panda is asking Derrick Henry, Zamir White, Jamal Williams start 2. We are going with Zamir White, and we are going with Derrick Henry. I don't feel great about Derrick Henry's matchup this week, but I trust him over Javonte Williams. Give me Zamir White and Derrick Henry. Also, wide receiver start 2, Puka, Kupp, Nico, DJ Moore. I'm going with Kupp and Nico Collins because Puka has a hip injury. I trust Kupp more. He had 12 targets last week. I trust him. And then Nico, I think, is definitely the best play of all of them. DJ Moore has been slumping lately. I don't trust him as much. And then Puka with that injury, I'm going to bench. So give me Kupp and Nico. Give me Derrick Henry and Zamir White. Luis says Lost Hawkinson, have Kincaid. Who else could I stream at tight end? Tucker Kraft. I'm going to leave my tight end rankings here up on the board for you. But we'll go to the streaming section. I have Gerald Everett as the highest streamer. Then I have Okonkwo, then Kyle Pitts, Hunter Henry is not going to play, then Tucker Kraft. I think Tucker Kraft most likely to be available, but I would go Everett or Okonkwo in terms of streamers. Luis. Chakeen is asking Zamir or Browning in Superflex full PPR. Ooh, good question. I think I'm going to go Browning. I think I'd go with the quarterback. Zamir doesn't catch passes, so I think the full PPR format is irrelevant. I think Zamir has a safe 10-point floor, but Browning is more likely to get you 15 or more. Give me Jake Browning at Superflex. But JoJo just need a safe floor from Chandler. I hope so. I think he finds the end zone, though. The matchup's so good. I'm going to go with Chandler. But it is a little bit risky, just a little bit. But Raleigh is asking Hubbard, Lockett, or Singletary flex full PPR. Chuba, Lockett, or Singletary. I think I'm going to go with Singletary. I believe I have Singletary ranked the highest. Come on. Prove me right. Yes, I have Singletary one spot above Chuba Hubbard. Give me Devin Singletary. I'm benching Hubbard, and I'm benching Lockett. Sorry, I need to ask my friend a little question here. Dan Novikov, half PPR start 2, Mixon, Flowers, Warren, J. Williams. Thanks. Definitely starting Mixon, and I'm definitely starting Flowers. Mixon and Flowers. Those are your two options. We got 5 minutes left. Let's power through. Jeffrey Ball, full PPR, A-Chain or Rice. I'm going Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is getting 10 plus targets. I'm definitely going Rashee Rice. While A-Chain is tempting, I prefer Rashee Rice. Good luck, Jeffrey. But Corey Thosin, Stephon Diggs or Jaden Reed, full PPR. I'm going Jaden Reed. Definitely Jaden Reed. I don't trust Stephon Diggs right now. But JoJo says my opponent has Mostert and Jacobs, so I dropped my bench and picked up 6 running backs, and now my opponent has Kevin Harris to put in his lineup. Too risky to play Ridley as a flex or stick with Chandler. That's my situation. That's what the poll is asking, and 71% currently favors Ty Chandler. So looks like we're going with Chandler, safer option apparently, and I get it. The matchup is bottom 3 for Ridley. Meanwhile, the matchup is top 4 for Ty Chandler. So Ty Chandler is our option, and good for you for hoarding the running backs. You are a beast. But Ron Morris says half PPR, Najee, Jalen Warren, or Jeff Wilson. I am going with Najee Harris. I think Najee Harris is the safest option. Going to see about 20 touches. Yeah, give me Najee Harris. Luis R. Saquon, Etienne, Pacheco, Walker, Chandler, Pickens, Thielen. Start 4. You need 4 of these. Okay, we're going with Pacheco. We're going with Etienne. We're going with Walker and Chandler. We're benching Saquon. We're benching Pickens. We're benching Thielen. Give me Etienne, Pacheco, Walker, and Chandler. 4 running backs. Good luck, bro. But William Spain says full PPR, Saquon or Pacheco. Definitely give me Pacheco. I hate the matchup for Saquon this week. The Rams are terrible in terms of running matchup. But Himanshu over and over and over again is saying, please say Amon tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo, bro. Nah. I'm not a tattoo type of guy, and I'm definitely not getting Amon-Ra St. Brown if I do get a tattoo. I'm not that much of a simp for football, but that would be funny. That'd be hilarious. He may lead me to a championship this week, but no, I'm not getting an Amon-Ra tattoo. No chance. But Iman Fromke, non PPR, pick 3: White, Bijan, JT, and Zeke. I'm going with in non PPR, I am benching Zeke. Give me Rashad White, give me Bijan, give me JT. And if it's Zamir White instead of Rashad, then I would still go Zamir White over Zeke. In standard, I'm benching Zeke. Good luck with White, Bijan, and JT. Barry M is asking Raiders or Bears defense. I'm going with the Bears defense. Give me the Bears. Davian Elliott with Raheem out. Should I play A-Chain or stick with Zeke and Bijan over him? I'm going to stick with Zeke and Bijan. Yeah, going to stick with Zeke and Bijan. Davian Elliott, 2 out of the 3, Zeke, Bijan, and A-Chain. I'm going with Bijan and Zeke. I guess that's the same question that I just answered. Give me Bijan and Zeke. Corey Thosin says, thank you. You're welcome, bro. James Davila, Fields or Stroud for the chip? I think the safest floor is Stroud. I think I'm going to go with Stroud. People seem to trust Stroud in the polls. Give me Stroud over Fields. Although the upside's high, I think you get 20 guaranteed with CJ Stroud. But Davian Elliott says, help, I just did. And then Corey says, good luck, everyone. Yeah, good luck, everyone. Thank you for hitting that like button and subscribing. And Greg Johnson says, Ridley unpredictable, Chandler makes sense. I think so. I think that's what I'm going to stick with. We do have Chandler in our lineup. At the moment, we're going to stick with it. I'm a little worried about the Beathard at quarterback situation. And yeah, I understand. But hit that subscribe button, everyone. If you haven't done so already, I appreciate it. And Davian Elliott says, thank you so much. You're welcome, Davian. Good luck to you. We have 2 minutes left. So if you guys have any last-minute questions, we may be able to answer them in time, but it is coming down to the wire. It is going to be very tight indeed. So have your roster ready to shift if you are going to ask one of these last-second questions. But we made it through the video. We answered every question. And I think this is another successful live stream. I don't think I've ever missed a question in the chat before kickoff in the live streams. But James Davila, James Cook, Taylor, A-Chain pick 2 full PPR. I am going with James Cook and Jonathan Taylor. I have them both top 10. Meanwhile, I have A-Chain more like around 20. And while A-Chain is a little bit more tempting in full PPR, could find the end zone, I'm going to go with James Cook and Jonathan Taylor. Going to trust the studs. Give me Cook and Taylor. Good luck, James. And you have about 30 seconds left, so make sure you get that lineup set in time. But Chris Lude says Lockett, Goddard, flex. Give me Goddard. I'm going to go with Goddard. I like the matchup for Goddard this week. You are welcome. Give me Goddard over Lockett. Oh, boy. I hope you all are right on Ty Chandler. I hope you guys are. But I feel good about the matchup. I think it's going to work out. I'm a little worried, but I think it's going to work out. James says, I locked in with Stroud, brother. Appreciate you got it switched. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Looks like it's noon, so it's time to call it a show. And that's it for me. But Griff, D-Hop, Metcalf, or Godwin for the chip, so need all players hitting. I would go with Metcalf in that spot. But then I'd go D-Hop, then I'd go Godwin. That would be my order. But that's it for the question. That's it for the stream. Good luck, everyone. Let's hope we all win that championship. Let's pray. But all right, that's it for me, everyone. Have a good one. Thank you for watching. Nice and blunt.